Hello friends, and welcome to Dream Night here at San Antonio Zoo. My name is Kara and I'm one of the animal care specialists. We have a special night planned for all of you. So are you ready to get on your adventure? Let's go!
Hi again, everyone. Justin here with one of our favorite and most popular animal ambassadors on our team. This is Javari. Javari is a Linnaeus' two-toed sloth. Now they get that name two-toed because if you notice, he's got 2 toes on front and 3 in back, whereas a 3-toed sloth is going to have 3 in front and 3 in back. Some other subtle differences are going to be the fur. So the coloration, your 2 toes typically have either the light blonde color that Javari is here or a darker brown coloration throughout their entire body. Whereas the 3-toed sloths tend to have almost like a bandit stripe where they have little black lines coming from on either side of their eyes, a little bit smaller in size as well. So Javari here has been an ambassador on our team for a couple years now, but he has been a resident here at San Antonio Zoo for about 15 years. Now he is part of a very special program throughout a lot of zoological facilities called SSP, or Species Survival Plan. And what that is a way for animals like Javari to travel from zoo to help create a better genetic diversity for a lot of animals in our care. We love having him part of our team, and we can't tell you how excited people get when they bring him out. And a lot of it comes to their uniqueness, their cute little face, that big old nose, and some of the unique things about sloths themselves. Now sloths typically are a little bit more of a nocturnal species, is when they're going to be out and about, help protect them against a lot of those predators. Since they do spend so much time up in the canopy of the rainforest, there are larger birds of prey that will actually snatch them out of trees and be able to carry them away. So that's something they have to watch out for. The other thing they have to watch out for is when they go to the ground. Since they are slow-moving animals, this is an animal that tends to be a little bit more vulnerable to a lot of larger cats. So say a jaguar, an ocelot, something they have to watch out for as well. So what they're gonna do is they're actually going to kind of stay up in the trees for the bulk of the time, and then what they do is they come down during the usually evening parts of the day, and they go to the bathroom, but they only do that once a week. Now as they do that, they go down to the bottom of the tree, they kind of do a little butt wiggle dance, and then they're actually going to defecate and do what they need to do, and they're going to climb back up. So what they can do is they leave that big scent in one spot, and when they do that, it's about 1/3 of their body weight, so it's up to 10 pounds of going to the bathroom. And then once they do and they relieve themselves, they can go back up into those trees and move to another location. So as you can tell, Javari right here is eating one of his favorite things that he loves to eat. They are herbivores, so they love to eat a lot of different leaves. They'll eat flowers, the occasional fruit as well. So Javari gets a lot of that same stuff here. He loves his romaine lettuce. It's one of his favorites. So we'll give him a big old head of this almost every single day. I would say out of everything though, one of his favorite things are bananas. That is that's the icing on the cake when it comes to Javari for treats. Now, some of the coloration you may see on him, again, he is that bright kind of blondish color throughout his entire body, but this is a species that down in South America, there's a particular kind of moss that only grows on the back of a sloth. That's what gives them that kind of greenish coloration throughout their body. And what's really unique about that moss is there's one particular moth species that will actually eat the moss off of the back of a sloth. So they kind of create their own little mini ecosystem, which is really unique and very close to themselves. Now, as he's going to town on this thing, one of the ways that a lot of people say is, can they defend themselves? Absolutely. They do have those really long claws on both the front and the back, and they are incredibly strong animals, but a little harder to see right now. But as sloths eat, their canines are actually very, very sharp and very long. Every time he is chewing his food and biting, he is sharpening those teeth every single time he's taken that bite. So he always has that ready to go in case a predator does come after him. He's able to reach and grab, pull them in, and then he's going to bite them. There's a lot of bacteria in that mouth that can cause a lot of dangerous stuff within the infection. So definitely something you have to watch out for when it comes to sloths. But right now he's in good health, hanging with us, enjoying some of his daily breakfast that he's getting right now. We're hanging out and enjoying our beautiful weather this evening. All right, everyone, from Javari and myself, we hope you enjoyed this, and we hope you have a great dream night.
Hello again, friends. We are now here at our Hippo Overlook, which is home to Timothy and Uma, our two awesome, adorable hippos. I'm sorry, I gotta be a little biased because I am one of the keepers that gets to take care of them. Now, we have a frequently asked question about hippos, which is, do they swim? They actually don't, which I know is mind-boggling. It blew my mind the first and millionth time that I keep talking about it, because hippos do spend 90% of their day in the water. So they're in the water all day basically, but they actually don't know how to swim. So when they get in the water, they're either gonna sink to the bottom of whatever water source that they're hanging out at, or they can even float along and through the water. And all that means is that they're gonna either push off from the bottom, or they're gonna push off from a rock and just kind of float on by, which is really cute because they just look like a really large potato. Hippos are mammals, just like us, which means we share similar characteristics with one another. And one of those being, we can't breathe underwater, guys. No matter how much we want to be a mermaid or try, we just can't do it, and neither can hippos. So when they're underwater, whether it be 6 feet or 60 feet, they're holding their breath the entire time. On average, they can hold their breath for about 5 to 10 minutes, but on max, it's been recorded, they can hold their breath up to a full hour, which is, whoa, I wish I could do that.
Welcome to San Antonio Zoo. My name is Annie, and I'm one of the rhino keepers here, and I'm going to give you a little bit of some fun facts about these guys and girls. So we have West and Raina right behind us. They're like best friends. They came in right about the same time, and they're about the same age. So these girls are both 6. And then Stormy is 31. He's our male rhino. And so these guys are eating alfalfa right now. Alfalfa is like their cake and candy for them. So it's really high in fat, high in sugar, and they love it. Now what you'll see is Stormy eating is his regular hay. They get about 200 pounds of hay. And then they also get some grain, and they really, really enjoy it. Occasionally we'll put it in their enrichment items, and enrichment is just a really fun word for toys. So these guys, they have some enrichment in their yard right now that they kind of push around, and sometimes those things have holes in them, and we'll put their grain in there, and it'll make them search for their food a little bit more. Typically weigh about 100-ish pounds, 150 pounds when they're first born. They're pretty small. Their horn is pretty much non-existent. And then they kind of grow that. And then they weigh, these girls weigh just under 4,000 pounds. And Stormy weighs over 4,500 pounds. So they grow a lot in their first few years. They reach almost full growth at about 3 to 4 years old. So rhino horns are actually made out of keratin, and the misconception is that it's ivory. It's not ivory. So essentially it's made from the same stuff that's made from your hair or your fingernails. So I like to explain it that it's just a big fingernail right on their face. Here in Texas, it gets really hot, just like in Africa. And so these rhinos will actually bathe in their mud wallow, and they'll cover themselves in mud instead of water. So water will dry off and evaporate, but the mud will stick and stay and keep them nice and cool. It also acts as a barrier for bugs. So it keeps the insects off, and here in Texas, you know, we have a lot of bugs. I hope you guys enjoyed the rhinos just as much as I do, and enjoy Dream Night.
Hi everybody, my name is Lloyd. I'm the manager here at the bird department at the San Antonio Zoo, and today I wanted to introduce you to two amazing eagles that we have. Right over my shoulder are Haley and Chinook, our bald eagles. Chinook came from Washington State and Haley came from California. Now the reason they're here with us in the San Antonio Zoo and not out in their native habitat is because they were injured in the wild. You see that white that's on their head, that actually comes with age. They were called bald eagle because from a distance with that dark body and that white head, it looked like they didn't have any feathers, so they became known as the bald eagle. But they don't get that until they get much older in life. When they're younger, they're completely brown all over their body. The other thing that you guys might not realize is that they're actually the national symbol and the national bird of the United States. Way back in 1782, Congress made it official, so they are our symbol and our national bird. Eagle is also referred to as a raptor or bird of prey, and that just means that they are the apex predator. They're the #1 in their environment. They go after fish like salmon and trout. They'll go after rabbits or rats. An eagle can fly straight over a body of water, let's say a river or a lake, and there's a fish at the surface. They can go down with those big talons, grab onto him, and keep flying off. So that's what is unique about a bird of prey, is having large nails that they can get into those fish and that big, huge beak so they can rip into that food and eat it really well. Here at the zoo, we also take care of hundreds and hundreds of different individual birds, comprising almost 200 different species of birds here at the zoo, from pink flamingos to little teeny finches that we take care of every day. And zoos take a big part in conservation when it comes to birds. And we take a lot of pride with that here at the zoo. You know, a lot of people don't realize that birds do a lot for us out in the world. They disperse seeds around so we get new flowers and new trees growing. They clean up the environment. They just help out a lot with us on a daily basis that we don't even realize. Okay everybody, I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about Chinook and Haley, our bald eagles here at the San Antonio Zoo, and I hope you have a great dream night.
Welcome to Kangaroo Crossing, which is home to our hopping friends, or chilling right behind me friends too, which is pretty cute. Now here at San Antonio Zoo, many of our kangaroos are babies, which you can kind of see one right there. Super cute, super small. Now that is actually our next trivia question. What are baby kangaroos called? Is it A, baby roos, B, wallabies, or C, joeys? If you answered C, joeys, you're correct. That is what baby kangaroos are called. So now you know the next time you're around kangaroos or you see them anywhere and you see a small one, it's a joey. What's really cool about kangaroos and females in general is that their gestation period is about 31 to 36 days. The joey will be born and it's going to be the size of a lima bean. It's gonna make its way up and into its mother's pouch, which it will hang out there and eat from mom for about the next 9 months. During that time, it's going to grow and get bigger, and throughout that time is when it'll take little steps out of the pouch and looking around, seeing what's going on, anything new and fun. And usually around 18 months is when it's gonna be a lot more adventurous and actually spend more time out of the pouch. It'll still be near mom, nursing from mom and stuff like that, but it's gonna be a lot more adventurous. And another cool fact about kangaroos is that they're marsupials. And what that fun word means is that it's something that all marsupials share in common, and they share that pouch, which is where the baby grows and develops in, which is pretty cool. So that pouch can also be found on koalas or wallabies and even opossums, which you can find here in the United States. I hope you had a great adventure and learned some interesting facts. From all of us here at San Antonio Zoo, we hope you had a wonderful dream night. Bye.